Hello. Why is Drupal the right platform for digital business? Well, there are a plethora of different reasons why companies rely on Drupal as their central platform for carrying out digital business. Almost just as many reasons as there are companies. But first, let's take a look at who is using Drupal at the moment. It's been around for about 15 years now, after all. On the international stage, there are plenty of well-known multinational brands that rely on a Drupal CMS. Take, for example, the BBC, Tesla, the US government, or Nasdaq. All of these organisations have their own KPIs and business objectives, but the end goals of these companies are remarkably similar. They all want to connect with their end customer. In other words, the people they care about and the people they want to reach. And these companies are increasingly relying on Drupal to do so. They're already using the Drupal CMS as a fully fledged platform to build digital relationship with those customers. If we stay a little closer to home, we can find very large Drupal presence in Belgium. It's used not only by very large organisations there, like the VRT broadcasting company, bpost or the National Bank, but also by mid-market companies like Biobank, Era, Synergy Jobs, and organisations like Boerenbond, the Flemish Farmers Association, Fairtrade, etc. We're talking about a very widespread prevalence, and this clearly demonstrates the appeal of Drupal, not only on an enterprise level, but also on a mid-market level. A mid-market that is craving marketing capabilities. They're all looking to achieve that one goal, to digitally connect with their end users. Now, this concept of connecting with your end user is of paramount importance. The better you connect with your end user, the more personal the connection you will be able to build. And the more personal your connection, the more info your user will start craving, and the more trust you'll be able to build to sell your own products or services. Of course, this still leaves an open question. How does Drupal facilitate all this? Well, Drupal's greatest strength lies in the unification of content, community, and commerce onto one single platform. A platform that's easy to maintain by marketeers. A good platform allows marketeers to gather all of a company's content into one single environment. And you can use that environment to deliver content to your end users through different channels. Whether that is a website on a computer, an app on your smartphone, an in-store screen, a car, or in-flight entertainment on a jet, it doesn't matter. The content will reach the end user at the right time and in the right context. Drupal is able to manage all of this. It allows you to deliver a multi-channel experience across multiple brands in different countries with different languages. The discussion whether Drupal is the best technology and how it works isn't actually always to the point. On a basic level, it's not a question of technology, but a question of business needs. Drupal's been around for nearly 2 decades now, and we've seen an organic growth of businesses that now make up an entire Drupal ecosystem. Of course, Drupal is free, open software at its core. Anyone can start downloading without licensing costs and just code away. While I invite anyone to do so and play around as much as you please, it would be incredibly hard to roll out a professional-looking environment in a business context without the help of a suitable partner. And that is where the ecosystem kicks in. There are a million environments and services built around Drupal that are focused on organisations and businesses alike. There are platform specialists, Drupal integrators, companies who provide training and consulting services, and many more. It's because of this complete package that companies can rely on Drupal as their digital experience platform, safe in the knowledge that they are well supported by these community-backed tools and services. Now, why is Drupal so well suited to use in your day-to-day operations for the people who have to actually work with and in the CMS and spread new content? In the past, the early Drupal versions such as D5 and 6 had a bit of a reputation of not always being the most user-friendly CMS platform. Now, this is definitely a thing from the past, since D5 and D6 are light years away from the latest version, Drupal 8, which comes equipped with plenty of new features, both for back-end developers as for marketeers and content editors who rely heavily on the front end. To give an example, marketeers can now use in-place editing to edit pages directly. And back-end developers can create so-called paragraphs to build pages in a flexible way, allowing the marketeers in turn to take matters into their own hands and create their own custom landing pages. This, of course, implies a considerable productivity boost for both IT and marketing departments. As I mentioned earlier, the question what Drupal can be used for in your organisation is a business matter. But also from a technology perspective, there is something special that makes Drupal tick. Drupal is built on a so-called decoupled architecture, which means that the back-end and front-end are separated. This enables us to use Drupal as a true content management system that you can use to spread content across all different kinds of channels. Take, for example, a development team that's working on a mobile app with certain content. It is very easy to request that content via the web service and display it on a website. The same goes for in-store screens or even in-flight entertainment. A content editor can manage multiple screens from a central environment and send the right content to the right screens, regardless of their setup. That decoupled build is what makes Drupal truly multi-channel. It's one of the core features of the platform. Another main advantage of Drupal's setup is that it is very scalable, both at its core as well via additional third-party platforms. This enables a setup that is both secure and scalable. One of my favourite examples is weather.com. They have a Drupal website that receives millions of requests every single day. They simply can't afford to have any sort of delay or other hiccups on their digital environment. The weather.com website is also living proof of the fact that scalability, performance and security are not mutually exclusive in some way or another. Drupal also has its own dedicated team of security experts who spend hours of their time every single day to look for vulnerabilities and other issues. And it is thanks to Drupal being open source that everything gets fixed in an efficient and transparent way, in stark contrast to proprietary software. Drupal has a regular monthly security update cycle, and if you work with the right partners, they will install those updates for you as soon as they are released, which gives you, as a company, peace of mind. Now, let's move on from talking technology and get back to the business side. Let's talk speed of delivery. As soon as you've installed Drupal, you can start to develop internal capabilities together with your teams. Open source in general, and Drupal in particular, enable you to work on the code with your own teams, which makes you go to market much faster than proprietary software. You can simply source and build your own marketing and development teams who work together with your development partner. This faster time to market enables you to anticipate new evolutions and communicate much faster with your target market, which only benefits that highly personalized relationship with your end customer or consumer that I mentioned in the very beginning of this video. It allows you to take in key learnings about your customer, enabling you to serve him or her appropriately. This way you can generate more business and improve customer satisfaction, the key in building a true one-to-one customer relationship. In short, Drupal is the best platform for business. 3 reasons. First, you can start building a marketing platform right out of the gate. A platform that's easy to use for marketeers and that enables you as a team to reach strategic business goals. The platform's architecture, on the other hand, enables you to build websites and to push content to apps, screens, etc., be it now or in future projects. Secondly, Drupal is extremely tailored to create a one-to-one relationship with customers. And if you want to develop the solution to build those relationships in-house, you can do so, which in turn improves your time to market. The third main point, at the end of the day, your total cost of ownership, so that's the full investment you have to make to build, host and improve your platform, will be much easier to keep in check with Drupal. Because with Drupal, you can start very, very small and keep building towards something very, very large if necessary. Everything depends on the way you want to organize that digital environment within your organization. Drupal is ideally positioned to carry out a smooth, gradual digital transformation rather than a painful digital disruption. The CMS allows for phased approach and gradual implementation into your business. And it's exactly this phased approach that will make all of your teams and business units want to get on board to deliver that digital customer experience, an experience that is fully tailored to your end customer. Interested in finding out more about Drupal? Just drop us a line or give us a call, and we can have a look at how Drupal will match with your business.